Uh, we've got we've got enough of them that have played now that it doesn't matter who's in the game. It really doesn't, no matter where they play in the line of scrimmage right now. At the beginning, it was very difficult because you got X and you've got Mac O'Brien and some experience out there that you're comfortable with, and you think they have to be on the field to win. To Coach Pop's credit, he rolls them through very early in the game, and to my ease, if I see them in the game early and we're having success, they don't phase me when they're in the game late. And ultimately, the plan is to play those guys early so that Xavier and Mac and the rest of them can be fresh at the end of the game as much as the beginning. And that's why I think we're good in the fourth quarter right now, is because we still have good pass rush. Whereas if they would have played the whole game, that's when they're wore down, just like the offensive line tends to get tired. Well, if you roll them in early, then then you feel comfortable rolling the whole game. So that was brought on by Coach Pop, and it's something that's really helped us. I think everybody can see the effectiveness of our defensive line in the fourth quarter, and then it goes back to all the other questions. That's why we're having success, because it starts to, we're ahead with a good pass rush, with guys that are fast enough to break on a football. We start to make some plays, and things start to happen for us.
Is that the communication between you and Pop? Was it his idea initially, and did you like it? That strategy you were just talking about, and how did you work together to come up with that?
Well, it was his, really. It was, you always go on plans the game saying, hey, let's make sure we rotate some guys in. When you're playing, goes back to the Iowa game. But as the head coach, you're always looking to who's on the field. You want you don't want to see X standing beside you, in the first quarter. So it takes some adjusting by me, and you just got to live with it and trust the fact that the right people are in the field and that he knows his players, and that trust factor is why I just let him roll his guys now. And when they're in there, and he'll always come to me before the game saying, hey, are you ready to see this guy out there? And I said, I'll deal with it. But it's just that matter of trust. And when you have success, and I'll tell you what it's really done for a football team is the more guys that play, the more are invested. And when you're going to play on Saturday, whether it's 3 plays or 30 plays, you're much more invested, you're much more in tune, you're much more in a part of what's going on day to day. And it's made us a better football team as a group on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday as it has on Saturdays, because of what we do on afternoons. So that has made us a better team chemistry-wise by allowing those guys to have that many opportunities. So credit Coach Pop for that.
What do you see out of Missouri State?
Missouri State? I see a 3-4 defense that is very similar to what they've done over the years, and they've done a good job. I see an offensive football team that has a very athletic quarterback, a great tailback, and a team that is early in the season was hot and winning a lot of games, non-league play, and then they lost some close games in our league early in the league. So I see a team that has a lot of talent that gets out ahead of everybody, including North Dakota State, and then it just hasn't transpired for them to finish it. The South Dakota State game they had them beat at South Dakota State. So I see those kind of things happening, so I know they're capable of being very similar to all the teams in this league, of contending for to win any game they play. It's just they haven't got to the end to claim that win. So very good football team in that respect, but maybe doesn't have the record to show for it.
Bobby, you talked earlier about how you play a team like that, they know their season ends on Saturday. Does that concern you, that danger factor that they might, come in here and get the upset?
Oh, I'm concerned about Missouri State just because it's Missouri State. It doesn't matter what game. It could be the first game of the season. I'm concerned about them because they're Missouri State. And that's why we're just buried in this football game, to make sure we're ready for this football game.